So why do we need your help? Our faces portray a lot of information about our health. As a matter of fact, a baby's facial features often provide the first clue that they were born with a disorder. Over 700 disorders have characteristic facial features associated with them. Just think of the flat nasal bridge and the upward slanted eyes associated with Down syndrome, or the thin upper lip associated with fetal alcohol syndrome. Doctors are trained to recognize these facial features to help guide the initial diagnosis of the disorder. But these facial features differ somewhat between different populations. Although a lot of research has been done in Europe and America to identify these facial features, we still know very little about the specific facial features associated with these disorders in African populations. So why is that a problem? Well, if doctors know which specific facial features are associated with which disorders, it makes it much easier to know which disorders to test for. This means that doctors can diagnose the children at a younger age. African children are often only diagnosed at an older age, partly because doctors struggle to see the link between the facial features and the specific disorder. It is important to diagnose children as early as possible, because early detection makes it much easier to successfully manage most disorders. Once doctors have diagnosed the disorder, they know which other health conditions to look for and which developmental interventions to recommend. These actions can greatly improve the health and well-being of the child, but children who are diagnosed late often miss many of these crucial screening and intervention steps. So how can we help? It is clear that we need a lot more research on the specific facial features associated with disorders in African children. In order to do that, we need an accurate way of assessing these facial features. 3D cameras work great for that. Plus, they allow us to assess the face from various different angles. Once we know what these specific facial features are in African kids, we can develop a facial screening tool that can help to guide doctors in their initial diagnosis. Our goal is to help doctors identify these disorders much faster and more accurately, which leads to earlier diagnosis, better management of the disorder, and ultimately healthier, happier kids.